In the London Whitechapel district, 5 female sex workers were murdered more than 130 years ago. The killer slashed the victims and even removed some organs, thus nicknaming the identifying murderer as Jack the Ripper. The case was closed in 1892. That hasn't stopped people from suspecting everyone from Sir John Williams, Queen Victoria's royal surgeon, to his wife Lizzie Williams. Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today, in the quest of general knowledge, we are going to discuss most famous unsolved crimes of the history. In the most famous words of George Hale, we learn from history that we don't learn from history. Aspiring actress Elizabeth Short, nicknamed the Black Dahlia after her death, was just 22 years old when she was found dead in Los Angeles in 1947. The murder case was sensationalized in the media because Short was part of the Hollywood circuit, and Short's body was drained of blood with cuts on the side of her mouth, reminiscence of a clown. The murder still remains unsolved. Although confessions poured in for the murder, the police didn't file charges. Meanwhile, a retired police detective thinks that his deceased father, Dr. George Hoddle, was actually the killer. USA Today reported that Dr. Hoddle was initially a person of interest in the case. Also, police didn't charge him. The doctor's house where the alleged murder Short was sold for 3.5 million, around 4.2 million at today's conversion rates, in February 2018, according to The Sun. In March 1990, 13 pieces of art were stolen from Boston Isabella Stewart Garden Museum. According to NPR, men disguised as policemen tied up 2 night guards at the museum before taking off with the works of Flink, Manet, and Degas, among others. In 2015, the FBI claimed they identified the thieves as 2 local mobsters who died shortly after the heist. According to the Boston Globe, they refused to name the men, however, and are still looking for the unrecovered works today. The Boston Globe also reported that the FBI believed the artwork circulated around Philadelphia organized crime families. Chicago sisters Barbara and Patricia Grimms went to see Elvis Presley's movie Love Me Tender in December of 1956 before disappearing. The police found their bodies a month later on a country road. Investigations questions the charged a local drifter with the murders, but he resented his statement and was never formally charged. The connection of the Grimes' death to Elvis Presley made the sisters a front-page story. Theories of their disappearing before the finding of their bodies ranged from girls having secret lovers to the girls running away to visit Memphis, Presley's hometown. Police followed other leads for the next few years, but the case eventually went cold. Now, the Zodiac killer had inspired tons of movies, books, and TV shows episodes, and the theories on who the actual killer was are just as varied. The self-proclaimed Zodiac killer is responsible for murders in the San Francisco Bay Area in the 60s. He taunted police and newspapers with encrypted letters until 1974. Since then, the case has remained open, although numerous people have claimed they know the identity of the killer. This includes Dennis Kaufman, who believes it was his stepfather, Jack Terrace; Gary Stewart, who believes his biological father, Earl Van Best, was the Zodiac killer, CNN reported. As far as the police are concerned, there were 2 main suspects as of 2017, Ross Sullivan and Lawrence Kane. Fox News reported that the librarian and Navy veteran had set red flags, making them person of interest. It seems, however, that the new suspects and claims are always popping up, but police have yet to make an arrest. Tupac and the notorious B.I.G. were 2 pillars of East Coast and West Coast hip-hop rivalry. Things turned deadly when Tupac was shot and killed in 1996 on his way home from a Mike Tyson fight. This was the second time the rapper was shot. The first time he pointed the finger at Biggie and seemed comb KIA Diggy. Time reported 6 months after Tupac's murder, Biggie was also shot and killed. Many people believe that their death was connected. Orlando Anderson, one of the main suspects in Tupac's murder, reportedly found with Tupac at the Mike Tyson fight that same night. Anderson died in a gunfight in 1998. Others believe Soganite and CEO of the death row record who has ever been imprisoned was involved. As of Biggie's death, something Diggy orchestrated his murder to boost sales for Biggie's upcoming album Life After Death. Still, others believe that the FBI and the LAPD played a role in the murder in an effort to stop violence rape culture in the heat of East Coast and West Coast hip-hop rivalry. Amber Hagerman was 9 years old when she was kidnapped and killed in 1996. NBC News reported that her body was found 5 days after someone grabbed her from her bike in the parking lot of the grocery store in Arlington, Texas. Although there was a witness to the crime, the description of the person didn't lead to any arrest. Neither did the nearly 7,000 leads in the case that have been in investigation since, Yahoo News reports. Shortly after Amber's funeral, Danielle Samuel, a Texas mom who hadn't met Amber, called a local radio station and suggested an alert for when a child is abducted. This led to eventual creation of the Amber Alert. It's a shame my daughter had to be butchered and had to go through what she went through for us to have the Amber Alert. Amber's mother, Donna William, today told Yahoo News, but I know she would be proud of it. If you learned something from this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. This is your host Mohsen Bukhari, signing out.